Welcome to this demonstration of the SketchRec prototype by Imagers LLC applied to automatic identification of semiconductor defects. Let's start up the SketchRec application. Okay, here we are. Now let's load in our first test case and run the recognition. We first have to set the mode, and then we run the recognition. As you can tell, the defect location is detected right away, and it is highlighted as red, indicating that this is a line defect. As you may be aware, there is commercial software out there capable of automatically identifying defects in fabricated wafers up to a certain level of quality. However, some of the large semiconductor vendors are still relying on human vision for identifying the defects, which suggests that the accuracy of the software is not meeting the quality standards expected. But more importantly, this commercial software is, to our understanding, incapable of categorizing the defects by the defect type. Hence, the software seems incapable of automatically generating Pareto charts listing the defect types along with the number of defects of each type. Such Pareto charts could provide essential input into root cause analysis and help identify defect categories of primary importance, that is, specifying the categories which, if eliminated, the semiconductor vendors would realize the biggest bang for their buck. To this end, Imagers LLC has developed the SketchRec prototype. SketchRec is based on Imagers' patent-pending technology for extracting various patterns of interest from imagery content and presenting in vector format. Although Imagers' patent lists some 20 use cases to which this technology could be applied, the primary focus of this demonstration is on the automatic identification of IC defects. More specifically, this demo focuses on the application of the SketchRec prototype to the automatic identification of defects which we casually lump together and refer to as line defects. These are defects presenting themselves in images in which the fabricated patterns are oriented either horizontally or vertically. In this case, the fabricated patterns are oriented vertically, as you can tell. For now, we casually refer to this particular image as a gap flavor of a line defect. We will be looking at 3 cases of line defects along with 1 case of a circular defects. These test cases were obtained by running a search for IC defects or semiconductor defects in Google, clicking at the image view and looking for images exhibiting the desired properties. Let's now take a look at the second test case. Let's run the recognition. Again, the defect location is immediately detected and it's highlighted as red, indicating it's a line defect. You see here that this line here is broken partially, but this line is intact, more or less. Here the fabricated patterns are oriented horizontally, but again the SketchRec prototype can recognize the defect very fast. SketchRec can automatically identify if the structures are oriented horizontally or vertically and process accordingly. We casually refer to this image as a bridge version of a line defect. Let's now load in the third test case. This test case looks quite similar to the previous one, except that here the lines have been eroded quite a bit more. So indeed this is a different defect category. But roughly speaking, here we are looking at another bridge flavor of a line defect. And yet again, the SketchRec prototype is producing the recognized image very fast. SketchRec employs algorithms that lend themselves very well to real-time implementation and batch processing. The algorithms underlying this prototype version may be able to process 100 images per minute or even more. Let's now take a look at the circular defect. Let's run the recognition. The defect location is immediately detected and highlighted as blue, indicating that this is a circular defect. SketchRec can detect both circular and line defects and can be expanded to include additional defect categories. It should be noted that SketchRec is still in a prototype stage. If you are interested in pursuing your application of the SketchRec prototype, discuss integration into commercial software available, discuss expansion of the feature set, or even better, sponsor further development of the SketchRec software tailored to a particular set of custom requirements, you're welcome to contact us at baldur@imagers.com. I'll show you how that is spelled. Chances are that we can work out some sort of arrangement. In addition to the line defects or the circular defects, especially the gap and bridge versions, SketchRec can be tailored to identify line break defects, mouse bite defects, Z-axis defects, so-called non-fill defects, glass damage defects, post-imprint fall-on particle defects, foreign material or particle defects, and much more. Imagers is in the process of expanding its database of the semiconductor defects. I guess this is more or less it. Here at Imagers LLC, we would be delighted to hear from you. We thank you for listening.